Apparently, this is a sensitive subject as I've never actually shot up heroin, um, but I'm gonna go on a wing here. I told the guy the air is made of glass. He yelled at me and said he didn't, and I said I'll come write it down for you. And he said he didn't want the left hand, he wanted the right hand. And all I could think of is that, like, my spiders in my house, some of them are schizophrenic. Some of the flies in my house are bipolar. Some of the beetles or other bugs in my house may be anxiety ridden. And other mental illnesses. There may be autistic fruit flies in here. I don't know. I don't know how many different types of bugs are in my house. I know bed bugs aren't here. I wouldn't be living here because I'm allergic to them. Fun fact though, the bed bug chemical that used to be put on crops was taken out and made illegal to put on the crops, and now it's put into our cigarettes to make them fire safe cigarettes. So you guys smoke the poison in cigarettes that kills bed bugs. So do I. I'm going to I don't know, just for like a simple one thing, like I don't pee with the same hand, or I don't pee with the same hand that I last drank with. If I'm going to play around with my cigarette and try to juggle it, first rule, because you might want to be smart and shut it off after I tell you, is never eat your girlfriend's mom's chili. Now, the other thing I'll tell you is that I always, I put it with my right, and I light it with my right. But I only smoke it. The cigarette ends up staying in the same hand that I lit it with. That's cigarettes. Marijuana, I can't help you. I really have no rules with marijuana because I have green eyes. It'll hurt for a while for me, but I'll be all right. As I am a turtle that dove into the sea for pearls. And it really doesn't need to be explained because all green-eyed people know they really don't have any rules. Like I can do whatever I want. It just might not feel good for a while. But I can do things to make you go, like, I don't know how you function. And that's my problem. Like, I don't judge anybody because of past things they've done. If you've murdered somebody, you already know what that's about. Like, I don't even need to go there. Like, things happen, man. Like, people say things on TV and the media that just make people angry. And it's not their fault. It's the companies that they're putting this smut on TV. And it's like, well, I don't know what you're doing right now, but we got to organize a television spectrum of what we're trying to do on things. When I speak, I don't even want to go any farther right now because I'm not sure if I'm handling, I don't know what drugs I'm trying to talk about. I was just meant to talk about heroin at this point. And we just need to stop. We need to stop, smoke sound, and just deal with life. Heroin's a bad drug. It got slipped to me with some PCP and a bowl of weed, or marijuana. And I ended up feeling like I was in a hole and everything around me was going in slow motion. And it was raining really, really, really hard. I was driving my manual little yellow car. It was a geostorm. And I don't know how I survived that night, to be honest with you. Because it was weird. It was really weird. So, if anybody still has any differentiationals about me going like this, I've sucked my penis, so I have to suck air in my mouth after I swallow. I was born left eye dominant, so, deal with it. And I don't think I'm going to meet somebody that switched eye dominance from left to right, so I don't have to pay you smelly at the moment. I hope I never do, because I don't want to talk about it. But come on, man. Like, this is my last reach out to you. I'm going to send this video to link to you, Bobby, and like, unless you contact me, I'm not going to contact you, because I don't want any of your friends getting angry at me and damaging me or my property because they have the wrong idea about what I'm trying to do. And like, I'm not mad. I really don't have much emotion at all, except for sadness and sometimes happiness. But that's about it. I'm either sad or I'm happy, or somewhere in between. So I hope that everything's okay and you guys are doing well. If he apologizes to me when you if he's around when you apologize to me, or no, you don't have to apologize. If he's around, like, I need to at least see it in his face that he's like apologizing. I don't need him to like admit that he's sorry, because some people don't like to do that. Like, I don't like to ask questions. I really, really don't. But according to my school, Google knows all the answers, but they don't know the questions. Unfortunately, I know all the questions, and I know that their answers are wrong. So it doesn't matter what I do. Don't suck your own penis. And if you really want to ask about Jeremiah the Bullfrog, just keep your mouth shut and never open it for an hour and a half and swallow. Where's that air going to go? Out your nose. Walk around in the dark on a clothesline with your mouth closed and keep swallowing and blowing the air out your nose. And just don't open your mouth for an hour. Walk around like that. It fucks you up. And then maybe you'll do that while you're in your dream. Like, everybody has a dream eyeball. There's no reason to not talk about them if someone needs to hear something. But like, we were meant to be a peaceful species. The media has pretty much to blame. It's not my fault. It's not your fault. It's not your parents' fault. It's the stuff we see on TV. So, goodbye. I said a conjunction. I'm sorry. I try not to say conjunctions. Exasperation noises don't bother me. Like, noises like that don't bother me. My words do not. Just look on my website. My website has all the answers if they've not been answered yet. I don't want to assimilate that you have done every drug I've done. I don't like talking about drugs like this. This is not something that I want to do. I want to run my nonprofit. I want to sell my tampon in the stores. I want to do business. I have everything already done on psychology. Go watch it. It gets weird, but drugs are weird. We were all told not to do drugs. I didn't listen. I was just blinded by a rare eye disease, and I was left eye dominant before I was 7. Then I blew my eye out with a firecracker and switched over to the right, and now I do whatever I want. No one cares. I'm not going to worry about trying to change my eye dominance. I'll just close my right eye if I fucking please, because when I close my right eye, I speak slower. There's a difference, huge difference, between knowing and hearing and listening. And I learned that from a girl named Amber. And I like the essential oil amber. It smells really good if you mix it with, like, I have a trash can here I made out of a generic Mountain Dew. It had some little dew in there of the leftovers. I cut a little triangle in there, and I poured some amber oil in there, and it smells really good. It gets really weird because if I smelled it right now, you'd see me freak out on it. But I also pour that amber oil on my spine because I have arthritis in my spine, and the amber oil makes me feel better. Goodbye. God bless.